Hello and welcome. This is Alchemist X, and this is the banner overview for the final week of October. So, Phantom of the Kill is back. Tyrfing Link version has been released. I'm going to try and say Link rather than version 2, just because some characters have alternate versions of them that existed before the Phantom Link mechanic. So, Link is telling you exactly what you're getting there. She's got a memento, she's got a new EX quest. There's also traditional raid going on. Those are always nice and fun. You can get a gear from it and then just other bread and butter supplies. But Tyrfing Link version, she is absurdly strong at the very least. I don't know if I would call her broken just yet, just because it's still early on. She was just released. Haven't gotten much experience fighting her in arena. The last time I've encountered one thus far, and she completely stomped on my Lindrake Dios version 2 Legacy Ouroboros team. That partially might have been thanks to the Alter Class Corvus and the full maxed out Helene that was part of the team. So with my sample size being one, I don't want to make too many conclusions about that. But I am comfortable saying she is very, very strong. And if you've been struggling with units with very, very strong reaction abilities or guts abuse like Dios Link version or Kaide, then you would definitely benefit from having Tyrfing Link version. So she is a high wind unit and she is a Phantom of the Kill unit. However, there is some very good news in regards to that. Assuming that I wasn't translating badly, what it looks like is that from going forward, from this week's reset, any Fujigumi collab units, so that's like Phantom of the Kill, Crystal of Reunion, anything where Fujigumi owns the copyright, you should be able to farm their shards in the soul port just permanently. So again, if I read that wrong, please let me know in the comments, but that's what it said. It was a pretty simple news update. It seems like it would be hard to misinterpret. That's very, very good news, because if that wasn't the case, I would not recommend going for Tyrfing Link version, just because otherwise it would just be too hard to get her shards. You could get the 100 from getting her to level 60, and then after that you'd have no real other option other than just doing a really expensive banner over and over again, and that's never something I would recommend. But thanks to that quality of life update, it is a viable thing to do now. The initial startup getting her to 15 limit breaks might be a little bit, but once you get there, of course you have to raise regular Tyrfing, but because regular Tyrfing is a free unit, I think that the amount of value there is quite high, as long as you're willing to go for the initial expense of getting the unit and presumably their memento in the first place. And of course more detail on the banners after this segment, but the memento is a 5-step, and that definitely helps. She's still an expensive unit no matter what, but that is definitely a point in her favor, that at least you can lose 4 steps guaranteeing the memento. So just a couple of highlights from her kit before we jump into the banners. She has reaction down, HP up, recovery up. She's got just native missile and magic resistance. Her reaction is pretty crazy, so I'll just read it. Increase your fire resistance, magic resistance, and skill attacks until you get 1 attack first against enemy attacks. And then it will transform into absorbs enemy HP when damaged, disables status ailments to self for 1 turn, absorbs a large amount of healing power until the end of the skill before activation, and also activates on skill attacks. So that is a pretty ridiculous reaction overall. You do have to keep in mind it scales with the distance, so if you're attempting to defeat her, get up close and personal. But yeah, she just shuts down guts, shuts down reactions. She's absurdly tanky. That's hard to go wrong there. Her memento gives her another 10k HP, and then her VCR gives her a snowball. So yeah, they really went all out on this unit. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the banners. And here we are at the banners. So unlike other weeks, there is a lot going on in terms of banners. So of course there's the new unit and memento. If you're not interested in that, there are several other things, including everyone's favorite gem trap of the 65 5-star banners, end of the month. So right before they drop something new in November, they got to include that. So whether you're just burning a few discount tickets, or if you're going for the new unit, or a few other options in between, there's more likely than not something that's going to interest you. So let's start with Tyrfing Link version. As you may have guessed, 20-step banner guaranteed on step 20. Any duplicates are 100 shards. So be prepared to go the distance. I will say if you get her closer to the end than not, like especially kind of 16, 17, 18 around there, probably worth just keep going to get that extra 100 shards just because of how valuable Link version unit shards are. Then for her memento, it is a 5-step, as I mentioned before, so that is certainly nice. I forgot to mention in the intro that the max limit break bonus for it is buff duration +1, which for her is absolutely great. So overall, she's very, very high up in terms of units that really want to have their mementos. And so it's nice that it costs a little bit less. So if you want to get both, the full price you're looking at is a little bit over 60k gems. Depending on how many discount tickets you have, it might go a little bit under that. But just be prepared to go hard for it if you're going to, just because it's very, very expensive, but she is a very strong unit. Then we have a pickup banner for Phantom of the Kill units. Now, depending on where you are coins-wise, it can be very, very high value if you've just got somebody that you're still working on. I know otherworldly shards are very scarce, so being able to get unit shards via the Phantom of the Kill coins can be very, very useful. If you're in a position where the coins can't get you much currently because you've already maxed out the various people, if you're just burning discount tickets, it still might be worthwhile to take the risk, just because you can pick from a lot of really excellent units here at the end. And if you're just burning discount tickets, if you get nothing, the worst case scenario is you could buy some elemental shards for an element that you're working on. And then, of course, and you're only spending like, 500 to, 1,500 gems on it. And then if you get a featured unit, then suddenly you now have a use for the coins, and it could help your account quite a bit. And then we have the catch-all banner for mementos. So all featured or all 5 stars are featured, and you're guaranteed one on step 5, and it's a repeatable banner. So overall, pretty good. A little bit RNG could be frustrating if, say, you wanted one of these in particular. The chances of getting that one could be painfully low, but if there's a bunch that you need, then the value just shoots way up. We've also got 9-step banners for Yggdrasil and Ragnarok. Now, Ragnarok, of course, excellent damaging unit. Just keep her away from water missile, and she's pretty hard to put down. And extra turn, flying unit, those are all very, very good things to have. I know she's not like the top tier unit that she used to be, but that doesn't mean that she's a bad unit. Just as far as autoing content, flying units are really, really good for that. So being able to guarantee via 9-step is nice. And then in terms of Yggdrasil, she is an extra awesome support unit that can vary her buffs quite a bit depending on what gear she equips. And previously she was a 5-step unlimited unit, so 9-step is a pretty good improvement. You can get a guaranteed POTK unit on steps 2 and 5, and then you can just guarantee a lot cheaper than doing a 5-step unlimited. So if she's a unit you've been absolutely waiting for, then this could be a good way to get her. And we also have a banner I would consider really, really good for new players, especially, of course, with the discount ticket. And that is to get a voucher to get everything you need to completely max out a character. Like if you just started playing very, very recently, and there's a character in an element that you don't really have covered yet, or a damage type you don't have covered yet, in terms of the units to pick, I definitely would recommend Almace, or maybe Dark Artemis if you need a missile unit. And then Dark Tyrfing does have a guts mechanic that is very, very useful in terms of turning her into an infinite tank. Like you could activate it and then cast stop on her with a couple of friendly fire options, and then you'd have an unkillable tank for a little bit. But that wouldn't come in handy a lot, but it is a fun thing that I used to do back in the day. So for veteran players, I don't see a lot of value here, but if you are brand new, just having any unit that's got all their gates maxed, very, very good to have. And then, of course, there are the gem traps, units and mementos. As you can see, I've gone a little bit on this one. I'm actually going to do one more at the end of this video because I just realized that I am at 4,500 gems spent for this week, so might as well just add another 1,500, get to 6k, get some gems back, get some more POTK coins. So I'll show you what I got from the pickup banner that I did one step of, and then we'll close out the video with a pull on this. And then as far as stuff from last week, there's still a chance to get Helene's Memento. You could throw another discount ticket at that, or the Catch-All Halloween. And then I don't recommend this banner. So overall, that's pretty much it. So between the POTK stuff or just burning gems on the gem traps with guaranteed 5 stars, there's definitely going to be something there for almost everyone. So yeah, that is all I got for banners. So let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of summoning. Okay, so let's jump into this. These are the 6 that I selected. 2 of them, Tiferet and Lisa Knot, I already have, but would welcome more shards of them. And then the other 4 I just like to get. I'm in the position where I already have Tiferet and Lisa Knot at the max cost for coins, so I would definitely need to get a new pull in order for them to be really useful. But there's nothing else that I really want to do. I'm not going for a Tyrfing Link version, so overall I just figured it's worth a shot. It's 500 gems. I mean, yeah, I could go for the just catch-all ones, but I have Lisa Knot's Memento and I have 1 of Tiferet's, and I don't have Tiferet's Gate 6, so if I got one of those, it'd be alright, or if I got one from somebody I don't have, I guess, but I think getting a new unit from this group, you know, some of them I just like Solomon, some of them I wouldn't mind having, not sure how badly I need them, but then I tapped a little early, and Yggdrasil, so that's pretty great. I was in need of more wind units. That wind problem mine has been very, very quickly fixing itself with Mercea most recently, and now Yggdrasil. So I'm pretty happy about that. Definitely the best case scenario as far as that can go. Now my total for getting featured is like 2 over 110 as opposed to 1 over 100. So that's an improvement, getting closer to average of 2.5. So let's jump into that Memento summon now. Okay, so let's close things out with this last Memento pull. So there's definitely a few I wouldn't mind getting, especially ones that you can't pick from the free daily. So far, I got Shandy from the free daily, so I was pretty happy about that. Even if the rest of the daily pulls are bad, like that's one of the results that I wanted the most. So here we got 1 guaranteed limited, and we'll see about the rest of them. So right off the bat, we got Rachel's Halloween skin. That's kind of funny because I could have just gotten that from like the Halloween banner. I do have that one already. I haven't raised Rachel yet. Oh, nice. I can always take more limit breaks of Kudenstein, especially now that I have him maxed out. And then we got Balt. I still haven't raised Balt yet. So far we haven't gotten anything new yet. And we've got Veers. I don't have that one max limit broken yet. I do have Veer raised though. It is nice to have her back. And then we've got that one. I think I've got that one maxed out already too. Now his second Memento, I don't have that one maxed out yet. And then Ravina's. So yeah, that wasn't so great. I think I burned all my luck on getting Yggdrasil, but that's okay. I will then use the coins I get from the gem spent bonus to get more Yggdrasil shards. So yeah, that is all I've got this week. If you're going for Tyrfing Link version especially, I wish you very, very good luck, and I will see you all next time.